We will be able to add and subtract fractions by estimating. So we're going to go backwards a little bit and look at problem number 6 on page 101 in workbook. This was last week's. So we have 9/10 minus 1/6. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is 9/10 closer to 0, a half, or a whole? Some of you can say, well, 9 is pretty close to 10 over 10, which equals a whole. But those of you that it's hard for you to see that, you're going to draw a number line to help you estimate fractions. So to draw a number line, I'm going to look at my denominator, which is 10, and so I am going to create 10 spaces on my number line to represent the 10 parts. So I always start with the 0. Here starts my first space, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. They don't have to be perfect as long as you try to make them pretty close. And each space is going to represent a tenth. So the first one is 0/10, 1/10, 2/10, 3/10, 4/10, 5/10, so on, till you get to 10/10, which 10/10 equals a whole 1. And we find the middle, which is half. So now we're trying to find 9/10 is closer to 0, a half, or a whole 1. Well, here's 9/10 that is physically closer to 1 whole. So 9/10 equals 1 whole. So we estimated 9/10 as 1. Okay, let's do 1/6. Most of you can see that 1/6 is closer to 0, but let's draw a number line to help us. So again, I start at 0, and I'm going to draw 6 spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And each space equals a 6. Remember, 6 over 6 equals 1. Then we find the middle point, which is a half. Well, it says we have 1/6. Well, 1/6 is physically closer to 0. So 1/6 equals 0. So when I'm subtracting 1 from 0, my answer is 1. We estimated, we added and subtracted using estimation. Let's go forward now and do this with mixed numbers. So now I'm working on problem number 13, workbook page 112. I have 9 and 6/7 plus 7 and 5/12. Some of you can see that 6 is almost 7 over 7, which is a whole. Those that can't, let's draw a number line so we can see that. I'm going to ignore my whole number for right now, and I'm just going to look at my fraction because that's what I'm estimating. So I'm going to have how many parts? 7. So 7 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So this equals 1 because this is 7 over 7. My halfway point's a little bit tricky because this is 1, 2, 3. It's kind of in between this line is where my half is. Okay, and then this equals 0. But they want us to find 6/7, so this is 1/7, 2/7, 3/7, 4/7, 5/7, 6/7. And that is physically closer to a half or a whole. It's closest to 1. So 9 and 6/7 actually is 9 plus 1 whole. So we estimated this to 10. Now let's try 7 and 5/12. Same thing, I want to cut it into 12 spaces, 12 even spaces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 over 12 equals 1 whole. And the halfway point is 6/12. So that's our half. It says we have 5/12, so we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5/12 is closer to 0, a half, or a whole. Well, it's closer to a half. So we rewrite this as 7 wholes plus We estimated this to a half, so it equals 7.5. So now we take our 10 and our 7.5, because we estimated this to 10 and this to 7.5, and we just add them. So 10 plus 7.5 equals 17.1/2. Let's do one more for extra practice. Now I'm on number 12 on workbook page 116. 20.1/8 minus 5 3/9. So let's do that number line again. I'm cutting it into 8 equal spots. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm looking for 1/8, and that's closest to 0. So that means I'm estimating 1/8 to 0. So 20 plus 0 is just 20. So this gets estimated to 20. Let's do the next one. 5 3/9. Well, I need to cut it into 9 equal parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 over 9 is 1. The halfway point, which is right here, is half. And it says I have 3/9. 3/9 is closer to a half. So I estimate 5 3/9 is 5.5. I don't change this number. So go back and subtract. 20 minus 5.5 equals 15.5. So hopefully you learned how to use number lines to help you estimate so you can add and subtract fractions. Have a great day.